Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the characteristics of fluid flow as part of fluid dynamics. Characteristics of fluid flow is the mechanical properties of fluid, session 9. So, what are the characteristics of fluid flow? We'll see one by one. The first characteristic is that fluid flow may be steady or non-steady. Fluid flow may be steady or non-steady. What is the difference between these two? We'll see from the first characteristic. What is meant by steady flow? Means if the velocity of the fluid flow, at each and every point in the path of this flow, that is the space which is remains constant. The velocity of the fluid flow is constant or remains constant in a space remains constant with the time. Then the flow is said to be steady. Okay, what I can say, the velocity of the fluid flow at each point in space with time is constant. Okay, then the flow is said to be steady. The velocity of fluid flow, velocity equal to constant at each point in space with time. If it is constant, then we can say it is steady flow. Then opposite, non-steady. When it will be non-steady, then if the velocity of the fluid at a point changes with time, at a point means what? At a point in space means, suppose you have a tubular like this. This is the tube. This is the tube. Okay. In the tube, fluid is flowing like this. Suppose at a point P, this is the point P. At this point, okay, if the velocity initially you can take, let us say V1. Okay, at first second, at a t equal first second. Then after t is equal second, also at this point the velocity should be V1. Then that is steady. I repeat once again. In the tubular flow, at a point P, I have considered at this point, at the t equal to 1 second, initially, the velocity is V1. Then after t is equal to second also, at this point, the velocity should be V1. Even the fluid is changing, next fluid particle is coming, but still the velocity should be remain same. Okay?
Constant, sir.
Yeah, then we can say the velocity is constant
Steady.
and that corresponding is steady fluid flow. Then
Yes,
opposite,
sir.
otherwise, if the velocity of the fluid at a given point with the time is not constant, if velocity be not constant, not equal to constant, that
Sir,
is changing. That is changing with the time at a
sir.
given point. Yes.
So that means that T1 with the respect to initial point changes with the V2 also, sir, in
Yes. No.
non-steady one.
I am fixing the point, then velocity I am
Yes,
talking
sir.
at the given point, the fluid is changing. At a t equal first second is V1, second also V1, third second also V1, then the flow is said to be steady. The
Yes, sir. As
velocity,
the time changes, sir, V1 and V2 V1 also changes to V2. Then it is non-steady.
yes, non-steady
Yes,
means
sir.
the velocity is not constant. That means velocity changing at a given
Yes,
point
sir.
with time,
Yes,
changing
sir. Yes,
with
sir.
time. Okay,
Yes, sir.
then we can say it is non-steady. So this is the very simple characteristic. Fluid flow is said to be steady or non-steady. Okay, then we will go for second characteristic. Second characteristic, rotational. Fluid flow is rotational or irrotational. You can write second one is fluid flow. Fluid flow said to be or you can say maybe. You can write instead of said to be. Fluid flow may be rotational or irrotational. Rotational or irrotational. Then when we can say fluid flow is said to be rotational, when we can say rotational. Suppose if the fluid flow, okay, fluid is flowing, okay. If it is irrotational, means first I can say irrotational. After that I will come to rotational. When we can say it is irrotational, means in the fluid is flowing, then the net angular momentum, the net angular momentum of the fluid at any point, the net angular momentum of the fluid at any point is zero. The net angular momentum of the fluid at any point is zero, or we can say angular momentum is null or zero. Okay, that means or no net angular momentum. That means L should be zero. L, angular momentum. In rotational dynamics, we discussed angular momentum L equal to I omega. L is equal to I omega. Here I omega 0. I omega 0 means here omega also 0. That means angular velocity of the fluid also 0. Okay, that is a different thing. So the point is that if it is irrotational, the net angular momentum at any point of the fluid is 0. What does it mean? It means that suppose the fluid is flowing in a given path. So here you will put paddle wheel. There is a rotational wheel, paddle wheel. So the if wheel will rotate automatically, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. If wheel will rotate because of the fluid is flowing, then this is rotational fluid. If wheel will not rotate, then it is irrotational fluid. As a simple experiment. That means what? That fluid flow will make net angular momentum. Okay. Then we can say that is rotational. The fluid flow will not making any angular momentum or a rotational effect. We can say a rotational effect also. The net angular momentum is 0 means no rotational effect. In that case, the wheel, that is called paddle wheel, will rotate. Then we can say net angular momentum is non-zero. Okay. Right. Yes, Manish, correct. So if it is not rotating, the net angular momentum is 0. So if the net angular momentum is 0, then we can say it is irrotational. If net angular momentum is non-zero, then we can say rotational. Okay. Are you clear? This fluid flow may be rotational or irrotational. Second characteristic. Yes or no? Next we will go for third characteristic, either it is compressible or incompressible. Third characteristic of fluid flow is fluid flow may be compressible or incompressible. Fluid flow may be compressible or incompressible. So when the fluid flow compressible means if there is no change in density when the fluid is flowing, if there is no change in density, while the fluid is flowing from one point to another point, at the time of fluid is flowing, if there is no change in density, the density is not changing, that is constant, then we can say the fluid is said to be incompressible. Then we can say the fluid is said to be incompressible. Are you clear this point? Otherwise, if the density is changing, otherwise, while the fluid is flowing, otherwise, density is changing. That implies it is compressible. unless it is compressible. Are you clear this point? If the fluid flow is said to be compressible or incompressible means if there is no change in density while the passage of the fluid, then it is incompressible. That is density constant. Otherwise, if the density is changing while the fluid is flowing, then we can say it is compressible. Okay. So normally you can see in gases, we can expect a compressible fluid. Okay. So that is about the third important characteristics. Are you clear up to this?
Sir,
Yes.
so that means in liquid and solid, the density will be zero, sir. That is constant.
Yeah, normally in liquids and solids, density will be most of the cases constant, will not
Okay,
change.
sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes, yeah.
sir, tomorrow test portion, sir.
Tomorrow test portion, fluid dynamics up to whatever completed.
Yes, sir. Till today, sir.
Yeah, till today. Right. Next characteristic, fluid flow may be viscous or non-viscous. Last characteristic, viscous or non-viscous. Viscous or non-viscous. So first of all, what is viscous? You can see. Suppose if the fluid is flowing like a layers, these are the layers of the fluid is flowing from left to right. Okay. Then if the fluid is flowing, normally you can observe the top layer will flow fastly. The top layer of the fluid will flow fastly. Okay. So the top layer is flowing fastly, then the bottom layer will go slowly, and the bottom layer will go slowly. Finally, the bottom of the fluid will become, it is looking like a rest. Sometimes it is looking like a rest. So that means the velocity of the fluid you can observe, top layer V1, below that V1 minus delta V, below that V1 minus 2 delta V, like that. So that means there is a reduction in the speed of the fluid. You can observe while going downward. There is a reduction in the speed. So the reduction in the fluid speed means why it is happening? Means between the layers of the fluid, there is a viscosity that is called the frictional force. There is a friction in the liquid state. There is a friction that exists between the layers of the fluid. That friction will oppose the motion of the fluid. The friction will oppose the relative motion. This we discussed in solids also. Friction will oppose the relative motion. Similarly here, the liquid friction that is called viscosity also opposes the relative motion between the layers of the fluid, so that you can see the speed will be decreases from the top layer to next top layer, V1 minus delta V, like that V1 minus 2 delta V, and finally the velocity will becomes 0 at the bottommost point of the velocity, almost a rest. So this is the meaning of viscosity. There is a frictional force that acts between the layers of the fluid, which opposes the motion, the speed, okay, relative motion of the fluid. So here, yes.
So that means in non-viscous, there is no frictional force, and all the layers will move in the same speed, sir.
Yes, that we should consider. If it is non-viscous, all the layers normally in ideal condition non-viscous, but reality there is like viscosity will be there. Okay. For example, you can take water almost behave like non-viscous, but if you go depth, water also slightly viscous. Suppose you can take honey you can take. So honey will show the more viscosity. Okay, it will flow very slowly. Okay, like that. It depends on the fluid or liquid, the viscosity will be changes. That depends again coefficient of viscosity, eta. That defines the eta value. That separately you can see again. So here the fluid flow, whether viscous or viscous means the frictional force. That frictional force we can define as in fluids viscous force. Viscous force. Okay. So if the viscous force is exists between the layers of the fluid and that is dominating, then the fluid will becomes viscous. Okay, that means if the viscous force is acting, then the fluid is comes under viscous type. The viscous force almost negligible, then the fluid is comes under non-viscous fluid. Okay, so this is simply, you can say, a frictional force that is available in liquids and gases. Okay, so air friction also comes under viscous force only, air friction. Okay, so this is about understanding about a fluid flow, whether viscous or non-viscous. When we can say viscous, if the viscous force acting between the layers of the fluid which oppose the relative motion, then the fluid is said to be viscous. And if the viscous force is almost negligible or zero between the layers of the fluid, then we can say the fluid is said to be non-viscous. Okay, so this is about, for example, you can say honey having more viscosity compared to water. Okay, honey will move very, very slowly compared to water. So this is about understanding about,
Sir,
yes,
so what is the pure example for non-viscous, sir?
pure example for non-viscous we don't have actually. In nature, almost every water only nearly non-viscous.
Yes, sir.
Almost all the liquids having viscosity only.
Yes.
Okay,
So
right.
then pure viscous we can write honey, sir.
Yeah, honey all 90% viscous only.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yes, right. So this is about understanding about characteristics of fluid flow. So let me recall once. First one is that steady or non-steady, rotational or irrotational, compressible or incompressible, viscous or non-viscous. Now we can define a ideal fluid. Now almost you can understand what is ideal fluid. Okay, a ideal fluid. Okay, generally a fluid is said to be ideal means a fluid is said to be ideal. It should be ideal fluid means it should be what? What you can say? It should be steady,
Viscous.
comma,
Non-viscous, sir.
irrotational, incompressible,
Non-viscous.
non-viscous. Okay, non-viscous. So that's it. So a fluid is said to be ideal fluid means it should be steady fluid, irrotational fluid, incompressible fluid, and non-viscous fluid. Then we can say it is a ideal fluid. Okay. So like this, you can take a fluid is ideal means we can imagine these are all conditions. So in the next concepts, I will talk about an ideal fluid simply. I have taken an ideal fluid. Okay. Then these are all characteristics are inbuilt. It is yes.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, ideal means perfect only, no, sir.
Yeah, perfect. Ideal means perfect. So ideal fluid means it should be steady fluid, irrotational fluid, incompressible fluid, and non-viscous. You can say perfect fluid also. Are you clear? Right. So
Sir?
this is yes.
Sir, ideal fluid is not related to real imagination, sir.
Yeah, that means a real fluid. If it is minimized, that means if it is a partially irrotational, partially,
Yes, sir.
then
Yes, sir.
we can make it a real fluid ideal. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
sir. Yes, sir.
This is about characteristics and how to imagine a fluid is ideal. Okay. So next important topic we will go for equation of continuity. Equation of continuity of fluid. So first we need to understand continuity of fluid. For that we can define equation of continuity. Equation of continuity. There is an equation to define the continuity of fluid flow. To define the continuity of fluid flow, there is a fixed equation that is called equation of continuity. So for that first, from now onwards, let us consider an ideal fluid. Consider an ideal fluid. Okay. Then once you can consider ideal fluid, the fluid is steady, rotational, incompressible, and non-viscous. So that fluid is flowing in a tubular flow, in a tube of flow. It is flowing like this in a tube. That a tube is cross-sectional area is non-uniform cross-sectional area taken. The tube with non-uniform cross-section. Non-uniform cross-section. That means cross-section of the first point is not same as cross-section of the last, exit and ending. Non-uniform cross-section. So let us consider starting point 1, ending point 2 for this tube. The fluid is entering with a velocity v1. This area of cross-section, let us say small a1. Here fluid is leaving with a velocity v2. This area of cross-section small a2. Okay, this is point 1 and point 2. Now fluid is passing through the tube. Okay, so here here the fluid is ideal and non-viscous, incompressible. Okay, everything we can share. Now in this scenario, equation of continuity you need to define. For that you can use law of conservation of mass. Okay, then rate of mass of fluid is constant, you can say. When the fluid is ideal fluid, a rate of flow of mass of fluid is constant. Rate of mass of flow of fluid. 1 minute. Rate of mass of flow of fluid is constant. Yes, done.
Sir, if the here that A1 and A2 represents that area of cross section of enter and exit, sir.
Yes, I will define here. A1 is area of cross section of tube, entering point, area of cross section. At
So if they are non-constant means rate of mass of flow of fluid is constant, sir. That area of cross section.
Those are constant I am taken. First A1 is area of cross section at point 1. V1 is
Yes,
the
sir.
velocity of the fluid. Similarly, A2, this is at point 1. Similarly, A2 is the area of cross section at point 2. Area of cross section at point 2. Okay, and V2 is the velocity at point 2. Velocity at point 2. Okay, are you clear this? Then, whenever fluid is ideal, then the rate of mass of fluid flow is constant. Rate of mass of fluid flow means we can say, let us say you can define density also. Let rho be the density. Rho be the density of fluid. Okay. Then here ideal fluid means incompressible. Incompressible means density will not change. Then we can say ideal means rho constant throughout the fluid. Okay, rho constant. Then we can say rate of mass of fluid means simply delta m by delta t or dm by dt. Delta m by delta t should be constant. That means how much amount of mass of the fluid entering, that should be equal to amount of mass of the fluid leaving from the point 2. That is the rate of mass of flow of fluid is constant. Are you clear this point? Delta m by delta t constant means rate of mass of fluid entering should be is equal to rate of mass leaving from the end point. So that is equal to delta m by delta t is constant. Suppose you can take m is equal to density into volume. Density into volume. Let us say V volume of the fluid, m is the mass. Then what you can write delta m means delta of density into volume. That means delta rho constant will keep outside delta V. Okay. Then what you can write? Delta m is equal to rho delta V. From this what you can write? Delta m by delta t means rho delta V by delta t. Rho delta V by delta t. Okay, this delta V means what? So V is equal to, let us say, volume. Volume means what you can write? Area of cross section. Area of cross section. V volume is equal to area. Let us say small a I have taken. Small a, area of cross section, into length. Okay. So whatever V volume. But a little amount of unit volume you can take. Then V is equal to, you can write A into small x. Some for x length. Okay. That is here some small x. Excellent. Small amount. Then you can write delta V is equal to A into delta x. A into delta x. Then you can write delta M by delta T is equal to rho into delta V means A delta x by delta T. Rho A delta x by delta T. That is equal to rho A delta x by delta T means you can write V. Where V is equal to, you can write delta x by delta T. Path change per unit time. So rho A V. V is the small v. Small v means velocity. Okay. Rho A V. So from this, what you can write at point 1. At point 1, density rho into A1, area of cross section, and V1 is the velocity. Okay. So I said already delta M by delta D is constant means M1, M amount of fluid is entered, amount of fluid is leaving. That means rho A1 V1 should be is equal to rho A2 V2. Okay. Where A1 is the area of cross section at point 1, V1 is the velocity of fluid, A2 is the area of cross section at point 2, V2 is the velocity of the fluid at point 2. Rho cancel for incompressible. Then A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. This equation is called equation of continuity. Equation of continuity. Here rho AV constant now. Rho AV constant means what? A1 V1, rho A1 V1 should be equal to rho A2 V2 for two different points. Point 1 and 2. From that A1
Sir.
V1 is equal to A2 V2. Okay.
Sir.
This is called equation of continuity. Right, tell me.
Sir, on doubt, sir. Sir, in the delta M by delta T is equal to rho of delta V by delta T wrote, sir. How, sir?
Yeah, simply rho constant density. So
Yes, sir.
mass changing means volume changing because delta M is equal to rho delta V. No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the delta M by
Okay,
delta
sir.
T means rho delta V by delta T. Then delta
Yes,
M by
sir.
delta T is equal to rho into A into delta X by delta T. Delta X by delta means change in displacement with respect to time. Then AV, velocity.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
from that area of cross section into velocity V1, AV is equal to constant, or A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Or that implies you can write simply AV is equal to constant.
Yes, sir.
AV is equal to constant. That is called equation of continuity. So from this, what you can understand, very simple. Suppose you have a pipe. Every day you can see also. Suppose you have a pipe like this, a tube. You can say tube also, pipe also. A fluid is coming out, water is coming out. Suppose if we can close the, slightly, partially close the pipe opening, then what happens? Area of cross section will be decreasing. Then in that
Yes, sir.
physical situation, what you observed, if you close the pipe at the end pipe, slightly, partially if you can close, what happened? It is come out very fastly now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the fluid
Then
come out very
area of cross
fastly.
section suddenly increases, sir.
No. Area of cross section if you can decrease, the fluid come out with very fastly. The speed increases immediately.
Yes, sir. That means velocity will increase, sir.
Velocity increases. That is a very important point. That means AV constant means if area cross section decreases, then velocity immediately increases. Okay. So
Yes,
that's
sir,
why-
sir. Yes,
So
sir,
that
sir.
means inversely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let me close. So AV constant means if area of cross section decreases, then velocity increases.
Inversely proportional, sir.
Inversely proportional. That is the meaning of equation of
Yes,
continuity.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is about understanding about the equation of continuity. So
So that means we can write A1 by A2 is equal to V2 by V1.
yes, no doubt. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So thank you, Ananda. This is about the today's session. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.